Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about headlight upgrades. I have done headlight upgrades to older cars in the past. Most of the times that I've done it, I've used ballasted xenon HID headlight upgrades and gotten most of the stuff in the past from HID Nation. It's kind of been my go-to. On the D1 today, we're going to try something new. We're going to go with LED bulbs. LED bulbs have been around for a little less time. They're a little newer, but I'm actually pretty anxious to try them out, kind of see what they're all about. And on top of that, I actually had a follower reach out to me and said, hey, you really should check out these specific bulbs. They were available on Amazon. They were actually a third of the price of what I was considering buying. He said he had great experience. He had put them in 4 different discoveries. So I'm gonna give those a shot. So I'm gonna walk you through what it takes to put them in. This is one of the easiest upgrades and frankly, the easiest thing I'm probably gonna end up doing on this build, but I'll walk you through it anyway and then give you a before and after. That way you can hear my thoughts on what I think, the light output, the cost, those kind of things. This is going to be a daily driver, so as much as I think the original headlights with the halogen bulbs are a bit nostalgic and look super period correct, we do need to do something that has a better light output for driving in the rain and night especially. I'm also planning to put a light bar up on top of the roof, kind of in between the roof rails. And so we're going to have modern upgraded sort of LED style lighting anyway on the build here, and so it'll be good to match the headlights and the color temperature there to the LED light bar, and that way the whole front kind of comes together. So let me go and walk you through it. Super simple, and then we'll see what the results look like. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be super simple, but essentially first thing we're going to need to do is pop the hood. Okay, so obviously there's a headlight on either side. The beauty of these headlights is that they come out very easily. They basically just sit on these little posts. You can see one right there. So there's 4 of those. You're basically going to pop those off, pull the headlight off. That'll give us access to the back, and it's really just like changing a bulb. The bulb is down there, as you can probably see the back of it. It does have a rubber boot around it just to prevent moisture and whatnot, but let me go and get one of these out and put it face down, and I'll show you what you're going to change out. We'll throw these in and then we'll fire them up. One thing you do want to do is just understand the positioning of the existing bulb. So just note where the little tabs are when you take it out. That way you can drop in the new one, secure this bracket, put the connectors back in place, and then we are going to turn this one on. I'm going to start with one side just to test this out, make sure everything's working as planned, that these are compatible, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay, so we've got one in. I think it's pretty obvious, but you can see how much brighter that is than our stock headlamp over on this side. So definitely going to make a big difference. You know, wider light, to be clear. This is a 6500K. This is the only color temp actually that this particular brand of LED headlight came in. Although, and that usually runs a little blue, which I'm not a big fan of, but I will tell you that I looked at pictures online and reviews and customer photos, and these all look very pure white, which is kind of that OEM look that I like, you know, much more of a pure bright white as opposed to any blue or purple. And that holds true. So these are very, very white. I don't know if you can see that from the video, but there is 0 blue at all in these, even though they are 6500. A lot of times to get this kind of white, it tends to be more like the 4000s in my experience. So every manufacturer is a little different in terms of how they treat the Kelvin scale, but I can tell you that these are nice crisp white, which will look pretty good, even though they're not quite the cool little nostalgic yellow there. But anyway, we'll get this other one swapped, and then we'll come out here at night, make sure they're aimed right, and I also will show you kind of light output here against the garage. All right, so we're back out here in the evening. Sun's gone down, and I think it sort of goes without saying that the light output on this is dramatically improved. One thing I do like a lot about the LED is that there is no warm-up. So obviously with a xenon ballasted HID retrofit, you know, they have to warm up a little bit. It's not the biggest deal, but it's nice that these are immediate on. But yeah, the light output, not sure how well the camera's going to pick this up, but it is, gosh, easily like 3 or 4 times probably what the halogen headlights did. So that's definitely gonna make a really big difference in night driving, just a much safer condition, given that yeah, I plan to drive this thing quite a bit at night and want it to work in all conditions. So easy upgrade if you're thinking about this. These are completely plug and play, no errors or issues or flickering or anything like that. So I will leave a link in this particular video to the ones that order on Amazon, but for $35, I think it was. That is quite the upgrade for the D1. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful if you've been thinking about switching over to an LED bulb retrofit or swap on your Discovery 1 or Discovery 2. And stay tuned for a heck of a lot more on this particular D1 build coming to the channel.